We're excited today to welcome Laura Lawson, the Chief People Officer from United Shore. She has a really interesting background in TV production for the Emmy Award-winning daytime talk show Ellen. And she's transitioned this creativity into the financial space as Chief People Officer of United Shore. United Shore is a home to the #1 mortgage lender, United Wholesale Mortgage, is recognized as a local and national top workplace. Laura has been recognized in Crain's Detroit 40 Under 40, Mortgage Professional America's Hot 100, and Elite Women in Lending. And she was also recognized within Michigan State University's 2018 Outstanding Alumni for the College of Communication, Arts and Sciences. Please join me in welcoming Laura Lawson.
Tom, thank you so much for that great intro. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for organizing such a dynamic event where we can exchange best practices. So we're going to spend some time together talking about how United Shore UWM takes care of our people and engages our team members. So without further ado, I'll put my slides and we'll get started to better appreciate our team members and our clients. So even though this is titled Unique Stance on Employee Engagement, we actually call our employees team members, so you'll hear me reference that a lot. You also may see some UWM branding. I hope you're familiar with the United Shore brand, but UWM, we're transitioning, going through a brand change right now. So UWM is our #1 brand, United Wholesale Mortgage. Our clients are brokers, so we are a business-to-business company. So with that, I think I have to also probably explain my title. Chief People Officer is pretty unique. So as Chief People Officer, my responsibilities at UWM are leading our training efforts, leadership development, marketing, our security teams, the building, and then our version of HR, which is called Team Member Services. So it is a lot of teams that may feel a little disjointed, but for us, it's really my position and our movement here at the company is how we take care of our people, how do we motivate, how do we appreciate our people. So UWM, I'm going to give you this view just so you can envision as I start talking about the way that we take care of our people and engage them and motivate them, is we have created a cohesive community here in Pontiac, Michigan. So you'll see along the slide in the top orange building, that is our north building, 600,000 square feet, the bottom, 1,000,000 square foot building. And if you could see it today, we actually are in the midst of connecting these two buildings with the bridge. And why make that investment? Well, for us, it is a one roof mentality and the way that we take care of our people. So by connecting it via bridge, as big as we get and beyond, we have 7,000 team members today. And we look forward to transitioning that into next year. My projection is 10,000 people and beyond. This relieves a barrier for growth for us for the fact that we have the space to do this. So that kind of gives you a glimpse into our universe. Now, one thing I should note is with COVID, currently we have less than half that population here. So I'm going to try to show you some pictures that are a window into our world, though these pictures are deplete of the amazing people that make our place so special. But in this unique environment, it really sets the stage of how we care for our people. And we know we're a mortgage company, and here in Michigan, there's several competitors in the mortgage space. But we find that we are different because of our people. So as a mortgage company, we can share the same products. We can be able to share the same mix of things to our brokers that they can maybe find at other mortgage lenders that deliver to wholesale. But our people are spectacular differentiator. And when you take good care of your people, that transitions to amazing client service to our clients that you cannot replicate. So I'm going to take you through some of these pictures today. We all report here, so back to COVID. It is a little different, and I think we've all been through our current challenges this year and trying to challenge all of us to new realms, but we have to dial things up a little better. We can't be here as a family because one thing unique for us is we do not have a work from home model until COVID hit. So we literally in March had to transition and challenge ourselves to get our team members, all but the 200 that were essential to be on site, working from home while delivering the same signature service when we can't be together as that community. To take a step back for Tom's intro, I do have a TV production background. So when working at Ellen, my whole career has been built on being a dreamer and doing things differently. I like to think that it's the weird and wonderful way of thinking that I challenge the norm. So although we are a financial institution, a lender, I do things that maybe some others wouldn't attempt to because people say they could be impossible. An example of that is pictured to the upper left. So this is in our south building, a shipping container zone. What people say is impossible, I like to push the limits because normally you need a crane to bring these in. We push them in and we develop this really cool family type of feel in creating the shipping container environment that pulls people together better. Next to that, you'll see I dial things up a notch more, where I've added a cargo net to conjoin these shipping containers for collaboration. So again, when it comes to engagement, motivation, service, the more opportunities I have for unique collaborative spaces, the better I can bring our environment together for that family feel that we strive for. To the right of that, just for fun, to get our culture, as we dip deeper into this, is an inverted conference room. So again, in pushing the limits on why can't we, went to Facebook Marketplace to acquire this boat that it doesn't need to float. It serves forever on our ceiling in this inverted conference room with the tabletop of stars. Something else special about us in our community, the lower left, that's called the Idea Lab. We have a program here called Brilliant Ideas, which motivates our team members to submit any idea in any category. It can be something that takes our business further. It can be something that is transitioning our campus. It can be a benefit for our team members and their families. Through this Brilliant Ideas platform, they're able to project ideas in order to make us better. In the middle, since we are this campus community, we do have an indoor basketball court. Matt Ishbia, among other members of our team here at UWM, played on the national championship team for Michigan State into the year 2000. So that's kind of a fun fact. We employ from Charlie Bell to Mateen Cleaves and Adam Wolf and others. And then on the right, that's just a touch point. I had mentioned that bridges can join our campus. And so that's in motion as of today. That's going to be opening in December to be able to traverse our campus. So the reason why I show you all of this is because if we do all of these cool things and more, and that more includes an on-site doctor's office. We just did drive-up flu shots, mobile car repair that we bring to campus, dry cleaning, Starbucks, and more, that we're able to make our team members' lives easier. Once you can make your people's lives easier, then they can go home to what they work for and not have those burdens of life that might bog them down. On top of that, we like to make sure we message to our team members and incoming candidates that these are not vehicles in order to get people to work more. They literally are vehicles in order to release some life stress, make life easier, provide the convenience because we care for our people. It's never to make them stay longer on our campus. So I will give you, and I'm sorry, I went too far forward, but let me back up to services, everybody's responsibility. We have pillars at our company. And when I joined UWM 9 years ago, we had a mission statement. And we realized a mission statement is one of those things you put on a website. And how do you get people to truly believe in that and to recite it and know it at the heart of it? So we transitioned to our pillars. Some of our pillars are people are our greatest asset. We are relationship driven, not transaction driven. We have our thumb pointers, not finger pointers, which actually is a Tom Izzo-ism from Matt Planning at Michigan State, whereas if you point the thumb at yourself, it's higher accountability. If you point the finger, it's placing blame. So that kind of even ties into this pillar, which is my favorite, service is everyone's responsibility. When we formed these pillars, it wasn't something that was from top down. We talked to our team members. What is important to you? What is our value? What differentiates us? And service, obviously, is one of the core pillars. So what we believe is service is everybody's responsibility. It is the way we treat everybody from the inside, internally, and then also externally. If we can treat people well within our family, within these walls, then it's going to transcend to our clients. We have taken that even a step further that I mentioned one of the teams I lead is the building team, our janitorial team, our security team. None of those teams are outsourced in any capacity. They are 100% our team members because the view I take is from the janitorial team members to security and beyond the building team. They have more interactions with our team members than I'm going to have in a day than any team members have in a day. And they are the most service forward-facing people where other companies, it could be background. So think of that kind of method and mindset that when you start looking at your people differently, it is all of us. So 100% of our company, if you were to visit our campus UWM, they're all our family members, they're all of our team members, and that ensures the perfect alignment for us. We also call it client service and not customer service because it's relation-based. It's not transaction-based ever. So when you have that mentality that you instill in the team members, how we treat each other, and then also transcending that from our team members to the client, it is never, ever a one-time deal in how we do business. And as I mentioned, we are business to business. But with that, we are not cold calling people. It is repeat clients. Of course, we do have new clients, but we teach them the way we do things, which is that every single touch point, every interaction is special. How do you instill that and dial that up a notch? I believe the way you do that is so that everyone knows that ownership is everybody's responsibility as well. This is our company. And there are challenges. When I had started with 500 people at the company 9 years ago, we now today have the 7,000 and the 10,000 and beyond, which I expect next year. How do you ensure alignment? I think one of those things is get to the heart of your people, that it is our company. So when I mentioned that Brilliant Ideas program, everyone has a voice. Anytime you present a brilliant idea at the company, it is heard and it's responded to. And when you have this kind of ownership too, that you feel there's more personal sense in the decisions we make, the direction of their company, that you get not just everybody's buy-in, but it's something that they're on board and they're part of that decision. And every single role matters. So when I reference the janitorial to the security, to our reception, to the sales team, to more, when you are all family, every single piece of the puzzle here, every team member is critical to our success. We had just announced in the media about 4 weeks ago that we're going public. And as a company founded in 1986, and you think of our service and our rate of growth, that can make some people nervous. What does that mean? Well, what that means for us is only 6% of our company is going public. But with that ability, it allows us to do more. And I think a lot of companies in our position wouldn't share that excitement and generosity with the family of team members, where every single team member is getting shares with the company. So that ups this guarantee of ownership feel in our company, because it's going to be more literal. We all do have a stake in the game. Every team member here is going to be a shareholder at our company as we go public this December. So it's very exciting for everybody to have this mentality that they're emotionally invested. I've also learned through this year of COVID, I've heard, I think, more than I've ever heard before, when there are transitions, when it's getting people to work from home, when there could be cases. Again, we have 7,000 people. We've had positive cases that some people say, because I really put a lot of heart and passion into what I do, don't take things personally. This is a year pushing back on that, because we do take things personally because of ownership. I take this position, I take this company extremely personal, and this is what we do and how we do things. And it is okay to believe and think that way. So as we step forward, I also think the way that you have amazing client service alignment with your team members, as you motivate, appreciate, again, pounding that in and taking care of them, is that you empower your people. We have a couple really special programs I'd love to tell you about in empowerment, which one is called Magic Maker. Magic Maker allows our team members to be able to surprise and delight people from the small to the big. What I mean by that is, if there is a birthday, anniversary, loss in the family, a new home, a new pet, a wedding engagement, more, that we are able to recognize our team members, not just our team members, but also our clients. And one of my favorite examples of the Magic Maker program for our clients is, we had a client here in Michigan, and they were talking to their sales representative, their account executive, and they shared that they were welcoming their first grandchild. So instantly, because of our training, that team member knew enough of, I've got a Magic Maker in the making, and they listened intently to that story about, tell me about your grandchild, tell me about your daughter, and what is she about, and when are you welcoming this child, and all the details they needed, so that our client service team could be triggered to send an amazing surprise and delight item to the home of this broker client. And once they did that, they sent a Lions jersey, and they sent it with the last name on the jersey, obviously adorable baby gift, very personal. But that client, and where this works, that client told their daughter, who was expecting the baby, that they received this from UWM, this amazing gift of surprise and delight that most people don't do. And then that made her curious enough to go to our website and apply for a job. And now she has been at the company for 5 years. So, of course, it always doesn't happen in that amazing success story. But what it does from the big to the small is it shows people that we care. Sure, that's a gigantic example of that level of care. But when you make things that personal, and I start thinking, because I'm inspired by Zappos is amazing, or Chewy.com, which is a dog toy company. All these companies that it's not the transaction-based type of service, it's the level of care. And the fact that we do that for our team members, and we do that for our clients, and even during COVID, having those kind of challenges, that we don't make exceptions, that has stopped. We send these items to our team members' homes. We will drop it on their porch and hand deliver things, to be able to keep the strings tight, that we are not just another company. You have to keep reminding people of that during these times, and make sure that they feel the family feel. We also have another program, because things aren't always, the birds singing and lovely. Sometimes business things can go off the tracks a little bit, and we have a program for that. It's called Make It Right. And our team members, again, with empowerment, empowering your people, they are very proud when things don't go right, to be able to reach out to that client and be able to say sorry, or take ownership, or explain why something didn't go right. And that's different vehicles. One that we do, and I believe I have it on this next slide,
team members, old school, handwritten cards. This is something we deliver internally to team members back to an internal service, but also to clients. And we do literally could be hundreds to thousands of these that can come out of here in a week. We encourage our team members by the truckloads, because we have these open and accessible, the UWM stationery that's easily and readily available for them. All they have to do is put down their words and appreciate our team members. And so they can determine the level of that make it right. If it's something that is literally just a card to say, I'm sorry that this loan or something could have fallen off tracks and didn't go the way that they anticipated, or there's something that we had to explain that they didn't agree with. Or if they up it a notch, they are empowered to enclose a $5 Starbucks gift card or do a DoorDash gift card, which is very popular right now, obviously with COVID. So it allows them to create the vehicle to be able to share the appreciation, because again, it's not a one-time deal that went wrong where you can close the door and say, sorry, that didn't go well. But they can actually feel the pride and the strength that they were able to do something about it. And they didn't have to escalate that to a leader to be able to do that as a team member. They're empowered to make that difference for people. And back to brilliant ideas, that type of empowerment. When you empower your people, when they get ideas, when they propose an idea that's implemented at the company, they also get something for that, which is a whole new level of empowerment, which is helping the community. So if you propose a brilliant idea at the company and it's implemented, we give you points towards the catalog of good. And as a team member, you can go to the intranet and you can take those points and you can do something from Pounds of Food for a local pantry. You can donate books to Pontiac School District and more. So we're constantly thinking of when you take ownership of your ideas, ownership of your service and more, and it's not about getting, it's about giving. So even with that of the brilliant idea that you get awarded for doing something great at the company, it's not a bonus in your paycheck. It's not a gift card. You're able to help the community, and how special that is for people. So in cultivating that community of empowerment and pride, it is not about yourself. It's not really self-oriented, because here there are those growth opportunities. We take care of our people in so many different factors, but we want to make sure that we also have a community where we're generous and we're giving to others. So you've heard me mention engagement and appreciation a lot. One second, I'm going to take a sip of water. Engagement and appreciation, it is everything that we do, because all these connection points, you hire the best people, you take care of the best people, and they take care of your clients. And when our clients come to our campus during non-COVID times, we have over 200 a week that we fly in on our own, because it brings the relationship stronger. It brings our people in front of them. As a company where we all work here on campus, this is our only office. We're not throughout America. We're based here in Pontiac, though we serve the entire United States. Is employees and team members and our clients are able to see our level of engagement and appreciation on site. We motivate one another, we are competitive, and we lift each other up. Ways that we do that in the appreciation realm, some of these pictures, I think, oh my gosh, well, all of them, we do a company fair every year. So it's one of the great examples of generosity. Because for us, it's not just with our team members and our clients, it doesn't end there. It is our family members and more. And even when you think of that, treat your people right, treat their family right, the amount of our interns that join every summer that are the children of our family members, the amount of children that end up working here. I kind of laughed when I started working at the company years ago, because there was always that box when I thought of prior jobs of, do you have any family that works here? And sometimes companies look at that as a negative. Bring it on here. We are so proud to have family members of our team members working here, because it puts a stamp on each other and an advocate for each other that you're going to succeed here. And I want to show you some other measures of appreciation for our team members that help support the type of service that we provide to them. On the left, that's just a quick photo from last week, and you see everybody with masks. So this is during our COVID phase right now, but we, for the team members on site, we don't want to stop the motivation and the appreciation devices that we give. And so we brought in Blake's, and we were able to do from Blake's Cider Mill, cider and donuts for all of our team members, socially distanced, of course. In the middle, that's a picture of our VIP room. So in the fact that I like to think differently and magically, and why not? This is almost a space as if you were going to the Special Sky Club at the airport for Delta Airlines. Team members earn access to their badge once a month. So it's good for 30 days if you earn access to a VIP room. And you go in and it's upgraded everything. So when you think of that kind of service level of how you feel when you go to a stadium and how you're treated like royalty, you're treated like a VIP, that is the entire point of our VIP room. You go and you splurge all day, every day for that entire month. You're able to treat yourself to upgraded coffee, free snacks, and more. And there's always surprise and delight items in there. And then the mystique is you can't share with anybody else and nobody else can come in. So I think that's a really special service factor that we give to our people in the middle there. And then on the right, a smaller item of that, if you have the type of company structure where you are desk bound, and we are a mortgage company, we're a production company. So I developed the Power Cart. If you look at that, it doesn't look fancy, but people rally and compete for this. It travels to desks once a day if you earn it, and you're able to walk up to that cart and you're able to choose 2 snacks from it. So it's a very low investment for us, but a very high reward system because it's competitive in nature. The gift in the prize is actually winning that, not so much what's on it. I find that you're really winning as a company where somebody takes 2 of those items, and this is a sales team in the picture. They grab one and they give it to, say, a closer, and they grab a snack and they give it to an underwriter in order to share the appreciation, going back to the fact that it's not a self-serving company where it's about us, it's about giving. And by giving, that's gratitude and makes us happy. How do we measure all of these things? How do we measure and know that we are on the mark by doing right by our people? First, there is the heart of it and the feel, and that drives me. I remember when we were approaching adding a doctor's office to our campus, and I had some resistance to doing that because how does the return on investment? How do we recognize that big investment is the right thing to do? Well, my answer to that was the right thing to do is knowing that you are caring for your people, and a doctor's office can benefit 100% of the population should they choose to go there. So not everything can always be quantified on paper, but some of the measurable ways that we look at our service, we look at our engagement and our motivation measures is ENPS. So the Net Promoter Score, which I'm sure you're familiar with, there is an engagement form of Net Promoter Score. We call it our excitement score, and it's based on one singular question. Are you happy working at UWM? Are you happy being at UWM United Shore? And then we're able to track that and trend it. And I'm not giving you the minutiae of that, but we can basically take it down to the individual team level, though anonymous, in order to work with those leaders to find out really where we need to dial things up. Sometimes it's not always a leadership thing. It could be other issues. It could also be a spike in loan volume. People are working harder. So we're always on the pulse of what's going on with our teams by the ENPS score. We also use NPS for our clients, I'll add, by the way. Retention, also gigantic for us. We usually hover around the 91%. And I want to show this because of transparency that this year retention is lower with people working from home this year, which they've never had before. We will come back to the on-site model when we can. That is not our model because we have that one group philosophy that we're all here winning together in Pontiac as a team. And some people have dipped their toe into the waters of realizing that working from home is better for them and their families. And people have left during this time. And 85% is still wonderful for us. Not good enough in my eyes as being competitive, and we invest in our families and we want them to stay here and thrive and grow as a hire to retire concept. But the retention number is a focus of ours, but that's the way that we're on the pulse of how we're doing. And then I think what's very unique is referral percentage. So we have hired, over 3,000 people this year already. And our referral percentage this year, 54% of all of those hires were from our team members referring people. So when you have very happy people, and that's why this is one of my biggest measurable results, happy people do the recruiting for you. They do the hiring for you. And then back to service, once they refer those amazing team members and they're already putting their stamp that they're amazing and they want them to be part of our universe, we make sure that we do service assessments. So we make sure that it's not always about the resume alone, that we have amazing service-minded individuals that are joining our environment. So from that, and I might be a little stuck on this, but I wanted to thank you for your time. And I wanted to thank Tom especially for welcoming me into this amazing opportunity to be able to share some of our best practices, and knowing, even though a quick of 30 minutes, I hope that you will take the opportunity to do a Q&A with me. I also hope that you take the opportunity to join me in LinkedIn and connect with me to share your best practices, because that's what motivates us, is looking outside of our walls and learning from others. And if you have any curiosities on some of the topics that I talked about, I would love to be able to connect with you and engage further. So Tom, thank you so much for having me, and thank you all for taking the time. I really appreciate it.